Hi everyone, we're coming to you live from 1433 Wellington, right at Wellington and Island Park. We've just moved over from the Manor in Somerset, so we're excited to be in Westboro where we live, work, and play. So anyways, we've got the month of June up here on our stats, and we wanted to share them with you. There's some interesting insights and some interesting developments in the marketplace. So here it is. We are seeing kind of a seasonal change. We always do, except for 2019, 2020 kind of COVID stuff, but here's what a normal year looks like. An increase in inventory and a bit of a decrease in sales May over June. So we typically peak in April and May on sales volume, and then we start to kind of have a slow decline. So that's represented here in this 7.2% reduction in sales volume for the month. And combined with a 13% increase in inventory is leaving us with a 1 month of standing inventory. 1 month of standing inventory is a severe seller's market still, but I think it feels different to a lot of sellers right now because we were sitting with, half a month, 0.8 of a month. So even from a month ago, we've had a 25% increase in inventory. So, hey, that's, or not in inventory, but in months of inventory. So that feels different, I think, to consumers for sure. What we've also seen is a little bit of a softening in pricing, nothing dramatic, but you can see now that March was obviously the peak at $677, and we're now sitting at $660 as an average sale price. So moving on, we have here what we were just talking about, which is, hey, the June over June statistics are suggesting a little bit of an increase in inventory. What's fascinating about this is June was the first month last year where we kind of came out of the COVID stuff and prices just went through the roof, and inventory was so low. So, we now have a year over year statistic of very, very low inventory and a little bit of an uptick in volume, so currently. So there it is. What does this all look like? Well, there's a typical flow of a year. Take 2019 to kind of look at what a normal year would look like. A reduction in the spring, a slight increase throughout the year in inventory, a reduction towards the end of the year, and that's a normal flow. 2020 is a whole different animal because of COVID. 2021 is flowing sort of like we would expect. Inventory is up. Probably will continue going that direction, although I don't have a crystal ball, and several of my colleagues across the country are actually experiencing a turn back to a reduction in inventory. So we'll see if that comes to Ottawa. I don't know. So anyways, what's happening on the price front? Again, by June last year, we were already in this really heated market. So we're now showing a 26% increase year over year, so June over June, for an average sell price of $725 on the residential side. And our sell price on the condo side is up 20% year over year to $435. So huge numbers we've never seen before. So there's that. What's happening next? Well, again, I wish I had a crystal ball to share, but currently the statistics are basically showing a bit of a softening on the price side as a result of an increase in inventory. There's a few more choices, and that basically allows buyers to breathe a little bit. So now the experience from a seller's standpoint is your house is selling on average in a month as opposed to 2 weeks or a week. And one of the other things that's interesting to me that we have to just contemplate a little bit is what I would refer to as anchor bias. So what an anchor bias is that sellers are still thinking that they are holding all the cards, and they're holding almost all the cards. But an anchor bias is, hey, are we chasing that highest sell price? Because we know now that there was some peak sale prices in March that might not be duplicated again. And from a buyer's standpoint, listen, it's chaotic. There's a ton of multiple offers still happening. There's still not a whole lot of inventory, but it feels like there's a little bit of breathing room and a little bit more balance returning. So that's probably a good thing for all of us. There'll probably be fewer real estate mistakes made in that type of market. So anyways, we're here. We're happy to help with any of your needs. It's a really fun market to navigate. It keeps me up at night at this point, and we're happy to share any insights with you and guide you through the process if we can. Take good care. We'll bring you what happens in July in a month or so.